beautiful butterfly friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. Today we're talking about rest. It's not giving up, it's all about how to live during a low energy month, which I think February definitely is. I'm in high hibernation mode at the moment. Are you? I really just feel like it's rainy, it's cold, it's a bit gross, and I just don't want to do anything. So how do we live in a month where we all feel a bit meh? What we have to remember is February, to me and to many people, is very much low energy season. It's when we and our ancestors would have been hibernating, sitting around a warm fire, trying to stay warm, telling each other stories and learning and growing, and this is what we need to step into. It's about acknowledging that it doesn't make us a failure. It's just where we're naturally supposed to be and what we're supposed to be doing naturally. It can feel like giving up, but it's not, and it can be the most beautiful kind of self-care, self-love exercise, and it's something that I'm definitely stepping into this month. You'll see that in my vlogs if you watch my Monday vlogs, and I want to share all about it today. So let's talk about what choosing rest feels like to me in February. This year, every year I choose a word at the beginning of the year that I want to really embody and work with, and this year my word is intention. I want to walk with intention this year, and I think having intentional rest, listening to my body, following my intention, following what I need instead of pushing myself and working against myself and my health and my feelings and what I need. I just was constantly in fight or flight. I was constantly feeling overwhelmed and worrying and anxious. Was I going to get my video done? I'm not well enough. Am I going to get it edited? Is this going to happen? Is that going to happen? It was just this constant aura of anxiety, and I have a general anxiety disorder, but I want to stop feeling that way. I want it to stop. And so though in the past I would have pushed through anyway, I would have got the video done, I would have done the blog post, I would have got it done. This year I've moved my whole life around, like I've changed around my whole routine for the weeks. I have thought about how I'm feeling before I start something. So before I sit down to edit, or before I sit down to eat dinner or have a shower or whatever the job is that needs to get done, I think about how I'm feeling and how I'm going to feel afterwards. It's all about intentional movement, intentional rest, and honestly it's brought so much magic into my days. It's made me feel so much more in control, and though I have stopped pushing and stopped rushing and I've slowed down my life, I'm getting things done, and it feels like, you know, less haste, more speed. Yeah. See, your grandmother is always right. Less haste, more speed in life. So I really want to validate you if you feel guilt around resting. Our society in the West particularly, but in many societies and cultures all around the world, we are taught from a very early age when we go to school that we have to show up, that we have to do the work, that we have to be there, that we have to grind, we have to get it done. But if we step away from that and look at it, it's just not healthy. It's not the way we're supposed to live. And when we look at nature and animals in the wild, if you watch nature programs, I don't, but if you do, you'll know that many animals just kind of live their lives and go through their lives in a very intentional, gentle way. And that's kind of the embodiment of what I'm trying to do this year, is to let go of that guilt that is surrounding us when it comes to the idea of rest, or that we have to earn rest, or we have to do something to need to rest, or why do I need to rest? I need to get this, that and the other done. These are not thoughts of us. They're the thoughts of society pushed onto us, and we're kind of moulded, our lives are moulded into these ways of thinking. I really love watching people who are slow living their lives. I will leave links to some of my favourite channels of slow living livers out there, but my favourites are It's a Charming Life. I absolutely love Jonas. I absolutely love dear Lindsay. Two of the most loveliest, kindest people I've ever met. I haven't met them in person. I hope I will one day, but they're such lovely people. And also, I was going to call her The Air Effect, but she's actually called With Love Christina now, who is an incredible authoress, and she has I think 5 children, and she's a beautiful soul, and they share their life slow living, and it's really inspired me this year to really slow down. And I've always thought, oh, I'd love to do that, but so if you're thinking I'd love to do that, but take the but out of there and let's do this. Slower days to me have looked like more reading. I've spent a lot more time just sitting on the sofa with my little dog and a cup of tea, a book on Kindle or in a real life book, just sitting. And it's been lovely because I've been able to take in what I'm reading, because I'm not pushing my body to the point where my fatigue hits me like a rock, and then I'm trying to rest because I've pushed myself too far, if that makes sense. I'm resting before my body is at that point, and because of that I can actually read and take it in. It's a beautiful thing. I wish I'd realised earlier. My magical practice has also expanded and grown to be much more than just when I'm sitting at my altar, and this was something that I always wanted to do, but I just couldn't figure it out. I just couldn't figure it out. And then I started reading some books about chronic illness and disability and witchcraft, and that really opened my eyes to the small little moments that you can incorporate into your witchcraft practice. I've started doing things like pulling a card away from my altar. I still pull cards at my altar every day with my gods and goddesses and my ancestors, but this is just like me and my whole spiritual team. I pull a tarot card in the morning. I'm using the Buffy tarot deck as well because I'm cool like that. But I love the act of taking that time. Also in my Seasons of the Witch diary, which I'm using this year, at the beginning of each month, it's got like a whole double spread for you to write down your daily card pull. So I've been writing them down, so that'll be really lovely. And then in the evening I pull an oracle card from a Sweet Dreams deck, it's called, and it just gives me like an affirmation to hold on to while I'm going to sleep. It's so lovely. I've done things like worn essential oils and sigils drawn on me and all these things that I've been reading about that I haven't been putting into action. Now I am doing that, and it's been so incredible to weave my magic into my self-care, into my illness care, into my mental health journey. It's changed everything, and it's not added like it's another task. It's part of my self-care. It's not like, oh, I've got to tick that off the list. It just feels so natural to do and so beautiful to do as well. I've really loved just taking that minute, 5 minutes to just kind of pull a card, write a little bit down away from my altar. Just feels more intrinsically part of my life. And wearing scent, like I wear a lot of violet now because violets are associated with ancestors. It sits on my ancestral altar, and I saw something somewhere, and I can't tell you where because I do not know, but somewhere out there in the ether, on YouTube or in a book or on Instagram, I saw somebody had said to put their skincare and their self-care stuff on their ancestral altar, and I was like, that sounds crazy. But keeping stuff on my ancestral altar means that they just feel like they're around me. It's really funny, but I just feel that more of a connection because I suppose it's on their altar, so it's getting their energy. It just feels so beautiful and so natural to do. Just that makes sense. These small little shifts, these small little changes that have supported me, my energy levels, my nervous system. I don't feel that hectic energy, and I still have anxiety disorder. I still have negative thoughts because I've got depression, chronic depression. I have these things still. They're part of my life, they're part of me. But instead of pushing past all those things and giving into those thoughts and those feelings, I'm slowing down, I'm taking moments, I'm taking breaths. When I take my little dog out for a wee, I don't just take him out for a wee, I'm like mindfully taking in fresh air and saying little prayers. Sometimes when I take him out in the evening and it's dark out, I'll like say a little prayer to Hecate. All these little shifts in my attitude are building daily habits that are really changing my life, and it feels like I've been trying to do this over and over again and not knowing how. And for some reason, it's a Pisces thing. I've seen lots of stuff by people who do like horoscopes and things. This year I'm trying to get into astrology, so I'm following some people who do astrology, and they're all saying this year Pisces have gone through like, I think it says some like 6 years of like really traumatic, really difficult things. This year that's changing. Let me know if you follow astrology, if you know more than me. But I think I've passed through something. I feel like something's changed and it's been absolutely wondrous, and I just want to share it with everybody I know. I'm loving it because now my practice, it's living with me, it's moving with me, and I'm seeing magic all around me all the time. I've been getting some really, really beautiful comments recently as well, so don't forget to leave me a comment all about your life, what's going on, how 2026 is going. Just say hi, I don't mind. I just really want to connect with more and more of you. And it was just a really, really, really hard year, really difficult. And I think for me, it was just about letting go of those reins just a little bit, to allow the energy that I'm praying to, the gods that I'm working with, the ancestors that I want to bring into my life, to allow them to really bring more flow into my life. And so flow has kind of flowed into this year, so I suppose it has flowed, and it's joined in with this intuition that I'm trying to really connect with and flow with. And that means knowing and realizing when I need to rest before I hit that wall of I need to stop now, or you know, when you're in that heightened pain. It's supporting yourself. It really is. It's about supporting and loving yourself enough to say, you know what, I'm starting to feel a bit rubbish. I'm gonna not do that job that I thought I was gonna do. I can do it another day. I'm gonna sit on the sofa and cuddle my dog and watch telly, and it's okay. If you need that, it's okay. You don't have to feel guilty about it. It's amazing, mind-altering. It shouldn't be mind-altering. I don't mean to poke my finger, but it's For me this year, rest has really been reframed as devotion. Devotion to myself and devotion to my ancestors. Many of us know that ancestors, they didn't have an easy time of it. While I've been doing my research, I've found several ancestors who were in the workhouses. I've come across ancestors who were born in workhouses, who lived in workhouses, a couple that went to prison. People, you know, nobody in my ancestral line was rich until you go really, really far back on one side of my family line. Then they become like their lords or something, but that was like really far back, hundreds of years. My ancestors didn't have the ability to rest, so even if they were sick, even if they were disabled, they were forced into workhouses or asylums, prison even. They had to work hard. And this year I just really feel like it's having that devotion to them and devotion to myself, to be like, you know what, Beverly, I love you. We're gonna go and rest now, and it's okay. I think living with a disability, it constantly feels like my energy is so precious. It's like glass in my hands. And or you know when you're a kid and you scoop up water and it starts coming through all the gaps in your fingers and you're trying desperately, that's kind of how my energy feels a lot of the time. I have ME and I also have long COVID. So I don't have a lot of energy. It's a precious commodity to me. Choosing rest is choosing to honour that and to honour the fact that my energy is low. Honouring the fact that I need to be softer with myself and gentler. Treat myself with sovereignty and devotion that's going to see me rest more than pushing myself. It's choosing to love yourself and have that compassion for yourself that you would have for a best friend. Like saying, Beverly, you're my best friend. I'm with you 24/7. And right now you need to have a nap. You know, right now you need to go and sit down and play Animal Crossing and watch TV and just rest. You don't need to do X, Y, and Z. And it's so powerful to realise that none of us are alone. That giving yourself permission isn't giving up or quitting or giving in. It's more powerful and more beautiful and more magical than that. It means really, just honouring yourself. That's what it's all about. I really want to thank you today for spending some time, and I really hope that this video will affect some of you, will affect change in your lives, will help you to reframe rest, to reframe your magical practice or your spiritual practice, and to really start to honour where you are, where your illnesses are right now, instead of wishing it was like 5 years ago or wishing that you could get better, and instead just sitting with where you are. And I hope that you've had a lovely cup of tea or a hot chocolate or something really yummy while you've been watching this, and I hope that it's helped you. Don't forget, if you have got something out of this video and you've enjoyed it, you can leave it a cheeky like, comment and subscribe. All these things are free and they help me to know, and the YouTubiverse to know, that you enjoyed the video, and it'll share it out just that little bit more. Take care everyone, have a wonderful magical week, and I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye.